What's up, everybody? It's Devin Wood, aka the Unreal Devin Wood. Um, this is kind of going to be a test run for an idea that I've had for a little while now. It's sort of a podcast, but it isn't. It's weird. I haven't figured out what I want it to be yet, or if I even want it to be. But the basic vision I had was just to really talk about like a variety of topics. It's not going to be specific on anything. I'm not going to take myself too seriously, but at the same time, I'm not just going to completely clown around. You know what I mean? This is going to be something where I'm going to talk about serious things, but I'm also going to be light about it. I'm not going to, just be super serious, and it's not going to be all jokes, which is basically how I go about life as is. So, but anyway, yeah, so I've got this sort of vision. This is, like I said, it's kind of a test run. I'll probably upload this to numerous places and see what happens. I'll get your guys' opinions on it, and we'll go from there. But anyway, there was a topic I wanted to start on. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but basically, to make a long story short, Ginuwine was on this talk show in Australia. If you don't know who Ginuwine is, he's an R&B singer. He's been holding it down for a while. He's got a lot of classics. If you've ever heard the song Pony, that's him. So anyway, so he was on this talk show, and there was a transgender woman or man or however you want to identify the person. And basically, Ginuwine is getting a lot of backlash because this transgender woman asked him if he would date a trans person, and he said no, which completely fine. That's his preference. And then the woman then proceeded by trying to kiss him, and he pulled away and was like kind of laughing, and he's getting backlash for it. And I'm like, it's a shame that the fucking world is soft as cotton these days. Like, and don't get me wrong, I think some people can definitely be offensive, and a lot of like anger and being upset is definitely warranted. But in this case, like, that's so absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, he got sexually harassed as far as I'm concerned. If the way that I view it, this is my personal opinions on people who are transgender or gay or anything. It doesn't matter what you are. Do you? You can do whatever you want to do. That's your right. Be whoever you want to be. It really doesn't affect me whatsoever. However, do not ever try to force your lifestyle on me. Just the same that I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go up to a gay person and be like, no, you absolutely need to like pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to come with me right now because we're going to go to the titty bar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. Just like I would be very angry if a gay person came over and was, trying to hit on me, and I made it clear that I wasn't feeling it, and they still keep going. And believe me, it's happened before. But it's a damn shame that, like, I'm all for any rights for just humans. Like, if you trans or gay, white, black, whatever, any rights you want, you have human rights, you're entitled. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you can abuse that to the point where you think that, just because you're trans, you can get whatever you want, or like somebody has to kiss you. I actually couldn't believe that. Like, I was shocked. I'm like, this is crazy. If anything, this transgender woman should be getting the backlash because, like I said, she practically sexually harassed the dude, like, on television. So, that was just, I don't know, that was just crazy to me. And like I said, I think a lot of the times when these sensitive topics come about, the issue isn't necessarily with a person's lifestyle. I don't think it's, as much as people would like to believe it is. I think it's more so about the fact of trying to impose that lifestyle on somebody else who has a different one. Just like I said, and the thing is, if I'm at the bar and a gay man or a woman who I'm unattracted to, it doesn't matter. It's a simple fact of something I'm not into. If I'm not into you, if I'm not attracted to you, if I'm not going for it, I'll make it clear. I'll be very respectful about it. And if you keep trying to go at it after that, then you're harassing me. Same goes for anybody. Like, if once somebody says no, it's no. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. That's it. You got to just be done. But yeah, I don't know. Me personally, like I said, I think that everybody's entitled to have their preferences, and it's like me, for example, personally, I don't usually prefer black women, and that's just the truth. I don't know what it is. It's nothing necessarily against them. Just, the ones that I've come across, they haven't necessarily been my preference. Does that mean I'm racist against black women? Absolutely fucking not. I love women of all colors. You could be black, white, fucking red, yellow, green for all I care. If I find you attractive, I find you attractive. And that's not to say that I never will be with a black woman, but we all have preferences. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks that you have to almost feel like you almost have to feel wrong or judged for knowing and understanding that you have a preference. So as far as I'm concerned, you can prefer whatever the fuck you want. But yeah, I don't know. I found that topic interesting. But anyway, now I'm gonna shift it kind of in another direction, and this is this first, I guess, episode in particular. I have zero fucking direction with it whatsoever. I have no idea how to go about it. This is like all new territory for me, but I don't know. It was just something, like I said, that I had been wanting to do. But now I'm going to tell you guys a story, and believe me, I got plenty of funny stories. So if this does, you know, if it becomes like sort of a regular thing, this won't be the last one you hear. But this is a good one. I've told it a few times on like Snapchat and some other places. So some of you may have heard it, some of you may not have heard it. But I'm going to tell it either way because it's a good one. So it was my 22nd birthday. So it was, you know, about 2 years ago almost. My birthday's in February. And my friends Vinny and Jacob and myself, we went to Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. And that was my birthday. So they were like, you know, don't worry about the hotel room. We'll take care of it. Da, da, da. And what they really meant was that Vinny would take care of it. And spoilers, that was the worst fucking decision we could have ever let happen. So we get down there, you know, we get to the hotel in Connecticut, and we check in, and it had a vibe to it. It had a vibe, almost like it was like a crackhead mansion. You know what I'm saying? Like you just had a vibe, you just had a feeling about the place. You know what I mean? So, but we go in there, and you know, I'm trying to be open minded. It's my birthday. You know, we're gonna go gamble, go to the casino. So I was gonna have a good time. So we check in, we get our room keys, we get in the elevator. And the first weird thing happens, the first of many. We're in the elevator riding up, you know, and I'm looking at the door, and there's just profanity. And it wasn't written. It was fucking carved, right? Like, the door was made out of metal, but there was words in the door. It ain't like somebody took a pen to it. Like, it looked like somebody took a straight-up fucking hunting knife and was carving in gang signs. Like, that's how bad it was. And the whole time on the way up, all I could think to myself was, like, why does it smell like crayons in here? It was the weirdest thing, but it just smelled like I was standing in a big-ass fucking box of crayons. So whatever, we get up to our floor, we go to check in, and the door itself, the door is made out of wood, but the door, it looked like, you know, like in horror films, like, you know, when the murder comes through and there's somebody trapped in that one room and they fucking slowly busting the door down with an axe. It looked like somebody started to do that, and halfway through it was like, you know what, fuck it, I ain't got time for this. So we get in the room, and immediately the stench of cigarettes just like it took over the whole room. Like, I'm talking, you walk in there and it smells like somebody shoved 2 Newports right up your nostrils. Like, it was horrible. And we're in the room, and it's like, it's one of those things, like, you ever see those pictures on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and it's like, the longer you look at it, the more fucked up it is. It was like that, except for the longer you in there, the more fucked up it gets. Like, at first glance, it didn't look that bad, but as you stand there and you start to dissect the room and you really look around, you start to notice some fucked up shit. So the first thing I noticed was, first of all, mind you, this was 2016, all right? So it wasn't long ago. We get in there, and they got one of them fucking big-ass box TVs, right? Them shits that feels, they heavy like they filled with rocks, right? And on top of the TV was burn holes. Now, my immediate thought was like, A, how the fuck you put burn holes in a television? B, it wasn't just a burn hole. It wasn't like somebody put a cigarette on it or something. No, it was like a drag mark. It was like somebody laid down a cigarette and like the shit just sat there and burned up and left a fucking nice little like crevice in the television. And I'm just baffled. So I'm like, whatever, you know. So I'm flipping through, you know, all 6 complimentary channels, and you know, ain't shit to watch, but whatever. We just put something on for filler. We were just gonna get ready and head over to the casino. So I'm sitting there, you know, I'm looking, I flipped the blankets up, and there were burn holes all inside these blankets, like all over them. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was like, all right, my thought was like, if I had to paint a picture of the people that were there before me, right? It was almost like they were people that went and like all they did was smoked and like did drugs, and then they put the cigarettes out on each other, right? It's like you could just tell it was one of them kind of fucking people that was there before. So there's burn holes all inside of the fucking blankets, and on top of that, it seemed like every burn hole had like a ring of dry blood around the burn hole. So like we getting really advanced here now. This shit's getting crazy. So all right, I go to open the window. The screen was all bent up. Like if the screen should be flat like this, like the shit was bent. It was like bent in. They had an office chair there that had, I'm not even joking about this, it had a huge rip, right? A computer chair with a huge rip right across the seat. So instead of like replacing the chair or, I don't know, stitching it back together, doing something like reasonable, just a fucking piece of tape. Just a piece of black tape across the chair. And the thing was, it was crazy. It wasn't like completely across, the rip like you would think. It was like if the rip was horizontal, the fucking tape was vertical. Just one strip of tape, so you can still see the rip. And I'm like, yo, what? What is going on? But let me give them their credit where their credit is due and explain to you why I gave them a 0.5 star rating instead of a 0. They did use black tape, and the chair was black. So I'm gonna give them the credit. At least they matched, the whole scene. So anyway, we got like a nice little computer desk type of thing. That shit was broke. Looked like a fucking blind person took it out the box and put it together. It was just horrible, And then I went in the bathroom to take a shower, and I kid you not, it looked like somebody was murdered in the shower. Like the shower curtain, it looked like it was really like a really dark faded red. Like it's almost like people died. Like multiple people died in there, and instead of doing something about it, they were just like, we'll scrub it down and like we'll let it rock. So this was the only time I think in my whole life that I ever got in the shower and was dirtier when I got out of the shower than when I fucking went into the shower. It was that bad, right? It was horrible. So, all right, whatever. I get out the shower. We're all kind of getting ready. We're going to have some drinks and get ready to go. So I said, all right, let me go get some ice. And, the first thing is I go into the hallway, and it's like a scene from The Mist. Like, there's just mist. You hear, like, all kind of creatures. It's like all these fucking weird noises and shit. I'm kind of like sifting my way through. I'm like waving around, like creating like a makeshift fan with my hands, trying to just get some sort of vision. And I'm walking to the ice machine, and I get there, and of course, wouldn't you know it, the ice machine was out. I pushed the button, and just like cigarette ashes fell out, which didn't surprise me. There's spider webs all over the place. I turn around, and there's a dead bitch crawling across the ceiling, the usual stuff. So I get back to the room, and finally we decide, like, all right, we're going to leave. That's it. We're going to go. So we head out. Now, we went out a different door than we went in, right? And we head down the staircase, and it just smelled like urine. It was really bad. Like, it just smelled like pee. Like, it just, like, you felt like you were going to walk down, and at the bottom of the staircase was just going to be, like, a dead baby in the corner or something like that. Like, some crazy shit, right? Luckily, there wasn't, instead of a dead baby, it was just like a pile of used condoms, which is like, I guess, nice. But so we go out the door, and this was a glass door, all right? It had cracks in it. So what do these geniuses do to fix it? Tape. Put a fucking piece of tape over a glass crack, and that just like solves all the problems. So like, whatever. I don't know if these people are like endorsed by the fucking duct tape company or what, but let me tell you, they fucking fix everything with duct tape. Your toilet broke, put some fucking duct tape on it. You ain't got no heat, put some fucking tape on the heater. The TV don't work, put some fucking tape on the TV. Like, these people use duct tape to fix everything. So anyway, we finally leave, whatever. We go to the casino, we had a good night. Of course, this asshole Vinny has to hit a jackpot. And he hit it, so basically the way it works is like every so often, I think it's like every 2 or 3 hours, they do a jackpot. And he hit the high hand. He had a royal flush, which is a guaranteed high hand. The most that could happen was somebody could tie him. So he hits it like 10 fucking minutes in the next cycle. We were ready to leave like 10 minutes after he hit it, and we had to wait, though, for the whole cycle to end. So we're sitting there for like an extra hour and a half. We're exhausted, whatever. We just wanted to go back and get some fucking sleep so we could check out in the morning, get some food, and go home. We get back. I go upstairs, and I tried to fall asleep. Like, first of all, I laid like I put my shirts, my clean shirts, over the pillows instead of a pillowcase. It was that bad. Like, I did not trust that shit. I was like, this shit probably got like fucking spider nests in it. So I'm trying to fall asleep, and we had like one of them fuzzy blankets, right? Like one of those microfiber, but it was like an old ass microfiber before they got really soft and comfortable, like back when they were itchy. So I finally went downstairs, and I was like, I can't do this shit. I go downstairs, and I'm like, and I'm exhausted, right? And the woman at the desk is Asian. I just go up to her, I'm like, Can I get new blankets, please? Because these ones itch, and there's burn holes in my blankets. Now, if I'm running a fucking hotel and somebody comes downstairs and tells me there's burn holes in the blankets, my reaction would probably be to jump right on it, probably compensate them somehow, and get them a new fucking blanket. This woman says, "Oh no, that's only blanket." I said, what? That's the only blanket? I was like, maybe you didn't hear me, but my blanket has burn holes in it. She says, "Oh no, I can check washing machine, see if one in there." Like, and also the washing machine and the dryer were like in the fucking snack room, which was weird. Like, that was just, I don't know. To me, that was just weird. So I'm like, "Oh yes, please, that would be wonderful if you could be so kind as to check the dryer for a spare blanket." She comes out. It's the same kind of blanket. I said, "Look, I need a quilt. Like, I need a comforter. Like, not this bullshit." "Oh no, that's only one." I said, "Okay." I said, "All right, Ling Ling, listen to me. I need a fucking blanket." I said, "Can you go into one of these other rooms and just grab a blanket for me?" "Oh, no, we can't do that." And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, so like the reserved VIP crack suite, you know, that room that's currently unoccupied is apparently more important than my well-being, a paying customer who's trying to fall asleep in a crack condo. So anyway, after like 10 more minutes of arguing, I was just completely exhausted. I was like, you know what? Forget about it. I don't want your fucking blankets. I don't want to be here no more. Your fucking hotel sucks. I went to get in the elevator and go upstairs. Now, here's the funny part. I get in the elevator, and what do I see on the ground? Fucking crayons. I saw crayons on the ground. And it's funny because I was actually pretty excited because I was like, you know what? I knew I smelled crayons. I knew it, and I saw them, and it made me a little bit happier. So, anyway, you know, I went to sleep. We woke up, we checked out, and then we headed out. That was basically it. But, yeah, man, that was, first of all, moral of the story, don't let Vinny get the hotel room. And lesson number 2 is, if you're paying for $38 for one night for a hotel, you can expect to get what you paid for. You know what I'm saying? It was funny because I didn't find out till after the fact that it was only $38, but like now it all makes sense. And it's so funny because I actually looked up reviews on the hotel because I was going to leave one because I was fucking pissed. And, you know, I was going to yelp the shit out of that place. And I looked up the reviews, and all the reviews said that the place smelled like cigarettes. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, did you just like come in and like drop a fucking makeshift hotel on like an old menthol cigarette factory? Like, I don't know what happened here, you know, but whatever the case was, I mean, I had a good time nonetheless. But yeah, that story is funny. And I took pictures of it too. And, you know, maybe if, depending on how this goes, maybe I'll post the pictures at the end of this or somewhere in the middle or something like that. But anyway, that's it for this, I guess, episode of this Unreal podcast. I've actually thought about a couple different names I would use if I decided to go through this, but for now, we'll call it that. So I'm going to post it. Hopefully you guys stick around for the, roughly 19, 20 minutes that this is going to end up, and give me some thoughts and opinions, and let me see if it'll be worth it to continue going through with this. And yeah, so that's about it. I guess I will talk to you guys later. Peace.